Today I want to talk about something. It's not so technical. It's more personal. You know, I'm coming up on my 64th birthday. I started this channel not long ago, AI for 60 plus, because I've been using it every day for the last 2 years, creating content, whatnot. And but I've noticed, like, I get tired more easily than I used to. You know, I don't know about you. I mean, you guys are 60 plus, maybe some of you are 70 plus, 80 plus. You might have some young guns in here in their 50s. I remember those days. But I'm like, dang, why? I used to never take naps in the afternoon. Of course, I'm retired, so I have that capability. In the office, I guess I didn't have that. But I used to never take naps. You used to never need naps. And now, hell, I come back after lunch or something, I lay down in the bed, fall asleep. What is that about? And so it's about energy levels. And this is not a health channel by any means. But I tell you what I did is I talked to my chatbot. I use ChatGPT. I says, hey, what's going on here? Because what I like about sticking with one chatbot is my chatbot really knows me. It knows I go to a CrossFit class for seniors. It knows that I'm writing in the morning early. It knows I'm creating YouTube content. It knows I'm very involved. And it says, hey, you are really using your brain during the day. And it gets tired. And I guess we're used to those days where the brain didn't get so tired, you know? And my problem was if I fell asleep, I'd come back from a CrossFit class, have lunch, lay down on the bed, I'd be out for an hour. And let me tell you what, when I woke up, I tell you what, tell me in the comments if this happens to you. You wake up from a 1 hour nap at 2 o'clock, or you wake up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I feel like I just crawled out of a casket. I mean, hell. I feel. And so I was telling ChatGPT all this. My energy level's down and all this. It says, hey, it says, you know, you're using your brain a lot. I said, okay, I get it. And it said, you know, if there's one thing I would recommend, this is what Chat said. And I was listening. I'm like, oh, this is practical, because, you know, those people that give you a laundry list of things you need to do to improve your life. Chat said, if there's one thing I would recommend to you, I would recommend cut those naps off at about 20 to 30 minutes. Make it a short nap. Don't go into that deep sleep. Because once you go into that deep sleep, coming out of that is a lot harder. So, what is my point? My point is not to provide health tips or anything, but it's to say you have got an incredible power in your pocket or on your computer, and it can help you. And it's been helping me. I said it's transformed my life. But you know, it's made me a little more tired. And so yeah, go talk to your chatbot. It's you know, it used to 2 years ago when I started using it. The conversation would run out on ChatGPT. It said you're out of time, you're out of tokens, whatever. This conversation is now over. And it was over. And it may or may not remember anything it said. Most of it didn't remember at all. You had a limited memory. You had to purge your memory. I remember going in there and purging lines of things that I felt, well, I don't really need it to remember that. Now it's remembering everything. So it's this, you know, it's for this but it's also for your health. And like I said, don't call this a health channel by any means. Probably get shut down. But don't be afraid to ask it those questions. Leave any comments. If you have talked to your chatbot about your health and what you've learned, I think it would be interesting for the community.